I love how I can spend like an hour curling my hair just to try and make it look like bedhead messy waves. And then I threw my hair up in a bun last night and I ended up with this. This is like a once in a lifetime thing that happens. Usually it's all like bent and ski whiff and all over the place. I'm like, oh dear. But no, every so often you end up with these nice little tousled waves. I mean, just on one side, which is why this side is behind my shoulder. I can pretend that it's supposed to be like that. Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you guys my update on my Sephora haul that I did 2 weeks ago. If you missed that video, I will put it in the info bar below for you guys. But today I want to share with you guys what I thought of the products that I purchased and were sent to sort of like press samples, and what was good, what was great, what was not so great. There are a couple of those. Plus I got my comfy like sweat clothes on, so you know, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. So let's get into this. So first let's talk about some of the stuff that was sent from Urban Decay, going in order of like when you would put them on your face. So we will start with the Prep Priming Sprays. These are not a primer, but more something that you would put on like underneath your skincare products or use throughout the day to sort of add a nice dose of hydration, or you know, to help like degreasify the face. There are two from this line. One is B6, which is more for I think oily skinned folks out there. It is a skin balancing, even skin tone and oil absorbing spray. And the other one is Quick Fix, which you're supposed to use throughout the day. It's a little bit more hydrating, it has coconut oil in it, and by the way, it smells amazing. When I first started using them, I was using them like a primer, and I felt like I wasn't seeing anything different. It didn't really act like a really good primer for my products. It didn't help the products to sort of adhere to the face better or anything like that, and I was just like, well, this is a bust. I don't know what these are used for. They have a really good chart on the Sephora website actually that shows you sort of for which products to use when and for what type of skin or for what type of event or thing you have going on that you want to use it for. So that's actually quite helpful. For me, I found spraying either the B6 or the Quick Fix, they tend to have this sort of tightening, almost hairspray-like effect on the skin. So I'm kind of playing around with how much I've been spraying on the face. Right now I've been using 2 spritzes, but even that I still feel sort of like tight. I don't feel that like dose of hydration. And it's also during the winter time where my skin is a little bit more on the tighter feel. Not dry, but like it just feels tight if it doesn't get that hydrating effect from my moisturizers and things like that. So for those reasons, I wasn't a huge fan of them. Also, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the B6 bottle, like the pump, it was really sticky for me. Like I wasn't getting that nice spray effect as I did with the other products. I don't know if it was just mine or if other people have been dealing this as well, but like, I don't know, that was a little bit annoying. Now on to the Urban Decay primers. They have 3 within the line. They have a self-adjusting one, which is for color correction. They have a de-slick one for pore minimizing and for absorbing oil, and then an optical illusion, which is supposed to be hydrating, blur fine lines and things like that. I will be honest, I didn't use the de-slick because right now my skin is feeling so tight from the dryness in the air that I felt like I wouldn't need this, or you know, it would be too mattifying for my face, you know. But I did try the other 2. Optical Illusion I really wanted to like because it's supposed to sort of like blur everything out and be a really nice canvas for your makeup, and it's supposed to sort of add that nice dose of moisture to the skin and also keep your makeup in place, which is awesome. However, when I was applying it to the face, I found like it was breaking me out, and I don't know if it was my imagination. I don't think I changed anything else in my like skincare routine. I think it was just this. I just think it was too heavy for my skin. I don't know. It does feel, it's very silicone-y, it's very slippery in terms of texture. It feels like it's sitting on the face. So if you don't like the feeling of products on your face, you're probably not gonna like these. But for me, that was unfortunate because again, really wanted to like it. And then the other one is the self-adjusting primer. Now what this is supposed to be used for is to cancel out any like redness you might be experiencing in your skin, like rosacea, for example. And I've heard from a lot of people that it works really well for that purpose. So when I was applying it, I don't really have any big red spots or anything like that I needed to cover. So when I was applying it, I wasn't really seeing what it was supposed to be used for, you know? So I don't have the skin type I think that is supposed to be geared for the self-adjusting one. So maybe if you're experiencing rosacea, then it's something that you might want to try or get like a tester of from Sephora. I will say, after reading a bunch of reviews online, that it is really more geared for those who have light to medium skin tones. It's going to just sort of be very whitewashed on the skin. If you have a darker skin tone or really light skin tone, it's going to look almost orange apparently. So it is a very narrow range range of skin tones that it is suited for, so just keep that in mind as well if you're gonna test it out. And then lastly from Urban Decay, these setting sprays, and this is going to lock your foundation and your makeup in place. It's going to make it not budge throughout the day, and they have varying different forms. So they have De-Slick again. I didn't try that one because again, super tight and dry skin right now. I did try All Nighter, which is the same formula, but it's in different packaging, so it doesn't look so gross and disgusting when I apply it to my face. The black sort of like hides everything. And this works incredibly well to set your makeup. It does not budge off your face. It stays put. Also, if you deal with excessive powderiness from your foundation or your setting powder or cakiness or anything like that, just spraying this on will help that sink into the skin a little bit better so it's not so obvious on the face. One thing I do find annoying for these is the double lid thing. Are these just like not useful at all? Do you guys still use these? I feel like I should, like it's supposed to do something, but maybe I'm supposed to get rid of these because it's really annoying to like take off 2 lids and put 2 lids on every single time I want to use this product. And then lastly is the Chill Setting Spray. It is supposed to have a cooling effect and also be really hydrating for those of you that have dryness in your skin. I found it to be good. I found it to be very comparable to the All Nighter. However, again, it is the winter time, so my makeup doesn't move around as much as it does during the summertime. So I'll have to test that out and see if this makes a big difference. It says it has like an instant cooling sensation that is supposed to actually chill the surface of your makeup. I don't know what that is, but I did not feel that at all. Other than the fact that you're spraying a liquid on your face. So I mean, like, I guess that's colder than normal. But yeah, I liked both of these. I did not notice a massive difference between the two. I would say this one slightly does make my skin feel a little bit tighter than this one, which makes sense because this one is a little bit more hydrating. But this one is also really good. So, I mean, kind of depends on what you're looking for, but both are great. Now onto the Surratt Concealer. I purchased this from Sephora. I had heard really good things about this particular product, and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where I put it. It's probably like somewhere on my piles of makeup on the floor. But I tried this in hopes that it would cover up any dark circles that I'm experiencing under my eyes. But when I did test it out, I found that it was very dry in terms of texture. It's in a stick format, but I found when I was putting it under the eyes, it pulled. It wasn't super creamy. It wasn't super pigmented. It did a good job at covering up any, like I have little spider veins on the sides of my cheeks and any little acne spots that I had on my face. But I have other concealers that do just as good of a job. Now, I did, when I was sort of going through my research on the product and the brand, I did find some information recently, like last night, which isn't helpful when I can't find the product. That if you take it and you press it into the skin, it's supposed to make it invisible, super, super pigmented, and it's just supposed to like just not settle into any fine lines. It's supposed to be beautiful when you use it this way. So when I find it, and I will find it, I will test this out and I will put some more information in the info bar for you guys, but as of like just using it out of the tube, I wasn't super impressed. A product I was super impressed with though is by RMS Beauty, and it is their Magic Luminizer. And when I originally used this, I had used it like full face makeup, like super glam, and I put it on, I'm like, yeah, it's nice, it's fine, like whatever. It's a nice highlight, it's a creamy texture. And then I put it on wearing like a no makeup look. Game changer. It makes your skin look like it's natural, like it's real, like a real glow. I can't even speak today. I'm so excited about this. This made my skin look so naturally radiant, guys. Like if you like a very natural face, but you want that sort of glowiness that isn't powdery or, you know, super robotic on the face, this is amazing. I just sort of dab some on like around here, down the bridge of my nose, the cupid's bow, even put some on my eyes. Beautiful. I just kept looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that glow. It's the most noticeable, subtle highlighter I've ever used. I can't explain it. If you get a chance to test this out, I highly recommend it. It is very, very beautiful. All right, next we're gonna go on to the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Oil Lip Glosses. I am wearing them on my lips right now. I have been messing around with different ones. I've been combining them. I've been putting them in my purse and just wearing them nonstop because they're incredible. In terms of the texture, it really is a creamy oil texture. It's like if you took melted down coconut oil and you mixed in like a smushed up lipstick and you combined it all together. It sort of floats over any cracks or dryness you may be experiencing in your lips. Like right for me right now, it's just cracked up and dry and very disgusting. It's awesome. It adds a nice dose of color as well. And I find just sometimes with glosses, they just sort of enhance the cracks in your lips, and this just sort of like makes them look like they're not even there. I find that all of the colors are very nice. The lighter shades are a little tiny bit on the streaky side if I'm gonna be picky, but I really like all of them within the line. I think my favorites, if I had to only pick two, would probably be Papa Don't Peach, which is a very nice neutral nude color because that's my jam. And also Peach Tea is what I'm wearing today, although it's mostly worn off by this point, but that's okay. We can just apply some more. Really, the only thing to keep in mind is the scent. It is a very strong, sweet scent, kind of like candy, but like peach candy, but not fuzzy peaches. I don't know. It's an interesting smell. It's unique, it's different. It doesn't bother me, but I can see people who are very sensitive to scent being really bothered by this. But in terms of the formula, awesome. A product I was not super impressed with, by no surprise to any of you from the comments from my last video, is the Sephora Pro Dimensional Highlighting Palette in Cool. They're supposed to add some very specific types of illumination to the face. And I found in swatching them in the last video that there are very small differences between each of these colors. And a lot of you told me that Kathleen Lights had also purchased this and was not super impressed with it because it is more geared towards makeup artists who do makeup for people who are in photo shoots. It's supposed to add, you know, a nice glossiness that shows up really well in photos, but isn't so much practical for every day. I can see why this would be a good palette for those of you out there that may be makeup artists that do this kind of makeup. It's very good, I think, for that purpose. But every day, definitely not a good option, and I really think that Sephora needs to work on their packaging for this and make that a little bit more clear. Now on to the Hourglass Girl Lip Stilos, and they are these lipsticks right here. They came in huge range of colors, lots to choose from. I have tested them all out, and I want to kind of share my thoughts on them. First of all, I really like the formula. It is a very classic lipstick-like finish. It is hydrating, it is very buildable in terms of color, and they have a huge selection of colors to choose from. I want to show you what I mean by color variety here, people. These are 3 different colors. 3 different ones. We have Peacemaker, Futurist, and Believer. So you can see that it's just like a slight difference in terms of the undertones, whether it's a little bit warmer, a little bit peacher, a little bit nuder or pinker. So there's something really for everyone, which I really liked. And that way you can really find a neutral nude color that works really well for your skin tone, or a red, or a purple, or a deep like black cherry tone. That I think is really great. The one thing I will say about these that I don't like is that when you have the lids on all of these, if you have like, let's say you have 3 in your collection or something like that, you can't tell the difference unless you know what the color is by name, because they're all exactly the same. So that's super frustrating. So when I'm trying to find the color I'm looking for, I have to like take the lids off of every single one because I'm not memorizing all of the names of these products. They're not super long wearing, but they do wear nicely throughout the day. They don't get super matte or drying on the lips. They don't flake off throughout the day or kind of fall off the lips, you know what I'm saying? Also, I can see if you continue to use this, especially if you get one of the darker colors, that the tip will like wear down to sort of like a blunt edge, and therefore you'll have to use like a lip brush to get a really nice precise line with these. Just something to keep in mind as well if you're going to use one color over and over again. That's a little bit annoying, so I wish they were like sharpenable or something. Maybe they are, I don't know. I haven't used them in like a sharpener yet, but yeah, just something again to keep in mind. But in terms of the formulation, the color selection, and how it feels on the lips, I do really like these. Now let's switch it up and go into a palette, and this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow palette. This is the highlighting palette. It comes with a highlight as well as a blush and a sort of a shimmery bronzer. And I'll say overall, I wasn't super impressed with this. I found it to be, even on myself, and I have very pale skin, I found it to not show up very well. I have it on my skin right now. I have all 3 of them, and I like layered this highlight on because when I originally swatched it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be nice. I'm excited about this, looks nice. And I tried like 2 or 3 different brushes, and I don't see a huge amount of like highlight, like a little bit here and there, but like not super poppin' like I really want it to be, you know? And then in terms of the blush, it just didn't show up that well on my skin. I like the Papa Don't Peach blush way better. If you're going to go for one of them, I think that one is definitely the play. It is much more buildable in terms of coverage and color, and it's just overall just a better blush in my opinion. And then this color, while it did show up on my skin, I can see people who have darker skin tones having a huge issue having that show up at all. You can see what I mean, like it's not super pigmented in any way. I'm curious about this though, because like that looks pigmented, right? Like when you're swatched, but like on the face, it just does not show up the same way. So yeah, overall, this just wasn't a huge hit for me. I much prefer the eyeshadow palette as well as the lip glosses in this collection. I think they're amazing. And the blush actually, just really just this one product, just I wasn't super impressed with it. I also tested out the Glam Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer, and it is definitely on the mega side of illuminating moisturizers. Like, whoa, Nelly. Also, it smells like orange oil, I want to say. Like something from my childhood, I feel like. I don't know where it comes from, but the scent, this smells familiar. Like it smells really good, I like it. But like, look at this highlightness. Like, can you guys see this? Like, look at this. That's a moisturizer, people. If you just wanted a super natural look, you could have this on, put on the RMS Beauty highlight on your skin, throw in a little of the peach gloss and some mascara, and you're good to go for a really nice no makeup look. The only thing I will say about this, it did not break me out in any way. I really liked it during the day. However, there have been days this week where my skin still feels tight even after applying this. So then I had to apply another moisturizer on top of it because I just found that it wasn't hydrating enough for me. That being said, there have been days as well where this was just enough and I was good to go, no problems. But just keep that in mind as well. If you don't have any dryness to your skin and you're looking for something that's just gonna give you a nice punchy amount of illumination, then this is a very, very nice product. Again, maybe test out like a sample of it from Sephora and see if it's something you would like. But for me, I liked it. It's just probably not for me during the winter time. I think I would use it more in the spring and summer. And lastly is the Clinique collaboration that they did with a Clinique Crayola collaboration. All the C's. And they came out with a line of Chubby Stick lip pencils that are all around iconic colors of Crayola crayons over the years. Now, Chubby Sticks in general are good if you want some moisture for your lips with not a ton of payoff in terms of color. So something that's gonna be very buildable, you're just gonna get a nice wash of color, nothing super pigmented. If you want like a really bold lip, this is probably not for you, but a good wash throughout the day, these are beautiful. Now, I will say I didn't love every single one in the line. There are some that it was just too light of a hint of color for me to justify paying for it, you know, like it was just not enough color. So for example, right here is Tickle Me Pink. I just didn't notice enough of a color payoff. Like I want to see something from these type of things. I did really like a couple of them though. I loved Mauvelous. That's this one right here. Very pretty, easy to wear for every day. And then the other one is Razzmatazz, which is a little bit brighter, but still definitely wearable. Very pretty colors. I really enjoy them. The one that I really wanted to love was actually Fuzzy Wuzzy, which is actually a Chubby Stick Intense. There are two within this line that are intense, so just keep an eye out for those. The other one is Red Violet, so these are gonna be much more pigmented. But this one just didn't do it for me. I found it had a weird sheen that sort of brought the dryness in my lips to everyone's attention and just didn't look super flattering. I think this might look good if I didn't have such dry lips right now, but the sheen just sort of threw me off. It wasn't even like a moisture sheen. It almost seemed like a shimmer sheen. I don't know if it's just mine, but like, it just came off a little bit weird on my lips, which is annoying because it's like, look how pretty that color is, right? So I don't know. Maybe it looks different on you guys. If you guys have a good experience with this, let me know. But it just didn't do it for me. I like the other ones better. And yeah, overall, I think it's a really cute idea. And like, look, it's so cute with the little Crayolas on there. Adorable. And in case you guys are wondering from the last video, Julia decided to color my neck green and my hair is blue, and I have this multicolored swirl sun in the corner. We didn't go pink and purple route at all, so you know, there you go, in case you were wondering. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch the haul, you'll see what I'm saying. And that's everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like these haul updates and you want to see more of them in the future. If there are any products you guys want me to do reviews on, or looks you want to see like a tutorial on, or anything like that, leave all of your suggestions in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. I hope you're all having an amazing, amazing week so far, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you girls. Mwah.